A pan-Ijaw ethnic group in the Niger Delta region movement for the survival of the Ijaw Ethnic Nationality MOSIEND is calling for the scrapping of the Ministry of Niger Delta.Affairs. The 9th President of MOSIEND, Kenedy, made the call during a courtesy call of the executive team of the group on the management of Super FM 93.3 Port Harcourt. Kenedy particularly accused the Minister of Niger Delta.Affairs, Senator Godwill, AKPABIO, of playing politics with the development of the Niger Delta region.
There is no substantive board till now. That's to show you that we all understand what AKPABIO was set to do. But I want to say that whatever black magic, black power that AKPABIO is using to manipulate the people of the Niger Delta, you cannot teach a man and cheat him for too long. Every dog has his day. It is so sad that over 700 billion has been sunk into NDDC from 2020 up till date, and yet there is no tangible developmental structures, nor economic empowerment programs that you can see within the system. Where is the money going to? Why are we still on interim constitution administrator or whatever? Why are we still there? It's because there is a fine craft to manipulate us, to siphon the money, and then they use it for something else. If not, it will bother you that some side of the Constitution, National Assembly is saying that there is need for you to collapse NDDC. Instead of collapsing NDDC, we want Niger Delta Ministry scrapped. Why should we want Niger Delta Ministry scrapped? NDDC is a stakeholders-driven institution. It is a democratic representation of the people of the Niger Delta. So therefore, checks and balances and monitoring will be very effective. If you leave the Niger Delta Ministry with what we're seeing AKPABIO do in this Niger Delta, and for the first time, that it was given an executive mandate to oversee the NDDC, and NDDC got this abysmal, then there is need for us to scrap Ministry of Niger Delta and leave NDDC to function optimally. We are advocating that Niger Delta Development Commission should still be under the presidency, because in less than 2 years, we have suffered gross injustice, not by the federal government, but by our own brother, whom they brought to come and man the affairs and oversee the affairs. So who exactly are we going to blame? So we do not want the Niger Delta Ministry, we want NDDC. NDDC has more connect with us than the Niger Delta Ministry.
The president of the movement, Kenedy, also called for the review of the 3% host community fund approved by the National Assembly for all producing communities in the Niger Delta region. He said 3% is not enough to compensate the host communities for the environmental degradation taking place in their areas due to oil exploration.
Nothing is happening in the Niger Delta. I give you, for instance, we just had a PIA. If you consider the PIA, yes, signed, and the Niger Delta people are still not comfortable with the 3% appropriated to us. But something is happening that should shock you. Every other policies within the PIA is given expedient action. NNPC is now a company. The various institutions that should replace snappings, should replace DPR, should replace every other are all in place right now. But nobody is talking about how do the appropriation, the 3%, how is it going to get to the community? That is still under a committee that hardly sits to come up with a resolution on what to do. So who are they taking for fools? We are not comfortable with 3%. In as much as we also understand that as a people, we also need to show some level of cooperation and understanding, because we want this thing to percolate. We want to learn to manage our resources. But that, it appears that we're being taken for granted. It's either our silence is taken for granted or something else is happening within the Niger Delta.